Review of the game. it's it's easier than the first one. So in terms of difficulty, easier than Psychonauts 1. I don't know if that's definitely not just due to like controls and stuff like that. The levels were a little more difficult. The puzzles were a little harder. And the bosses, for the most part, were the harder bosses in Psychonauts 1 were harder than this. So this is definitely an easier playthrough. Story-wise, I loved it. I think it was pretty fantastic. I think I need a couple days to kind of mull everything over before I can really say if it was fantastic or not. But I liked it. I like the story. I want to poke holes in it. I want to find the flaws in it so I can kind of be more objective when I recommend the game. Because I would highly recommend playing through this. Honestly, playing through everything, I would recommend. I want to get a VR set so I can play through the Rhombus of Ruin. Even if it's a short game, it's something that I want to do. I don't want to just go and watch a playthrough because I love playing Psychonauts. It's just a fantastic game. I play through the first game every so often. Like every couple of years, I do a playthrough. So I want to do that with Rhombus of Ruin. So gameplay-wise, a lot of quality of life improvements. The psychic powers still felt like you were using the same kind of psychic powers. You were learning how to use them and get better at using them at a similar rate and that you did in the first game. So I'm doing a lot of comparisons to the first game because the first game holds such a soft spot in my heart. I love it. So it's hard not to compare it. But the controls were great. Occasionally they were a little clunky. If I was holding, and I don't know if this is because I'm playing on mouse and keyboard or if people that played on controllers had the same problem. But if I was holding a directional key after I exited a menu, like the quick slot, that one wouldn't work again until I let go of it and hit it again. So little minor glitches, but overall it was fantastic. The gameplay felt like that era of platformer. So if you like the mid 2000s 3D platformers, it plays like one of those. It's a lot of fun. The music, I mean, they've got Jack Black singing right now. Our big bad was voiced by Elijah Wood. I mean, we just those are the two bigger stars. I didn't really recognize a lot of the other names because I did look up some of the voice actors and stuff to see if I recognized anything. But I felt like the humor, the charm of the game wasn't lost between Psychonauts 1 and 2. I can't find any faults in that area. I feel like the story inside each of the mines held a more mature point of view. So in the first one, I feel like everything was more like they were portraying serious mental disorders in a very lighthearted way. But I never felt like it was 100% mature. This one, though, there was a lot of growth I feel they wrote into Raz's character. After he went into Agent Forsyth's mind, and he fucked everything up in there, and then helped fix it, every single time that he initiated going into somebody's mind, he was asking for consent. when he was in Forsyth's mind, he broke her trust. He defied her boundaries that were set. And he learned from that and matured and grew as a person. And I felt like they did a very good job at keeping that theme going. I don't know if everybody picked up on that. I'm sure other people have, but that was one of the big things that I did pick up on was Raz learned. It wasn't just him getting bigger, stronger, getting a big, his head wasn't exploding because he was getting so full of himself. His ego wasn't huge. He realized that, yeah, he was hot shit at summer camp, but he's got a lot to learn from everyone around him. And in this association, he can learn from that. So I really liked that. I liked how they wrote his family. They did a good job with kind of painting him as like the outcast, but he never resented them because he realized how big of a mistake that was at the end of Psychonauts 1 when his dad came to help him. And then, even though they embarrassed the shit out of him, he still loves his family, and it shows. It's just everything about the game I really liked so far. So it's hard to say that I'm gonna find things that like bother me about the game right now, because I'm still kind of coming off of that high. But initial thoughts, it's one of the best games I played this year. Playing through Ratchet and Clank was another similar feeling as far as how I really enjoyed it. I loved the story in Ratchet and Clank, but I will say this: immediately after playing Ratchet and Clank, I was able to kind of poke holes in the story and kind of identify some like plot holes and stuff like that. But I don't think Ratchet and Clank is really meant to be like that, and I'm not saying that this game is like that either. But it's a little bit harder for me to find those flaws right now. So, just awesome game. Even if you didn't get to watch me play through all of it, if you have Game Pass, play it, experience it for yourself, enjoy it. It is absolutely worth a playthrough. So, that's kind of my thoughts on it all over the place, but it's fucking awesome.